Welcome to my Scratch teacher account. Let me give you a little tour. So here I have the most important part is my classes. As a teacher, this would probably be the most important function. As you can see on this menu, I have 4 different classes. This is actually a fake class, the new class. This is actually a real class. This is my latest class. As you can see, I have 11 students. These are my students here. Let's see what happens if I go to one of their accounts. If I go to one of their accounts, I have their featured project. Let me go back. So I guess if I go to all the different students, I can see what they've been working on. And I believe that some of their work, this last student right here, I believe he doesn't have any. He has been working on something, but in order for me to see it, he needs to share it. There's an option in there that allows you to share it. So until then, I won't be able to see it. So just let the students know that if they need to, if you want to grade their work, that they should share it. I think the most important part of Scratch is to have a studio, because in the studio you get to share your work with your students and vice versa. They get to share their work with you, and they all have the same screen when they go to their studio. Usually when I introduce Scratch to my class, I like to start with this project here. It's called Pong Starter. I did not create this project all on my own. I did get it from the Scratch team. I just added a few things to it. Some of the things I added are the instructions. So I wanted my students to do the following: to change what the ball looks like, change the background, change the sound when touching the paddle, add theme music, add a scoreboard so that a point is gained whenever the ball touches the paddle, add lives, and so forth. You can see all of this, right? So these are the instructions. So when students select, as you can see, um, so their job is to change what the ball looks like with the paddle and the background. Let me show you what one of my students has done. So I will go to this one right here. Let's test it out. So this student has followed those directions. Let's see what his game looks like. I'm going to put this thing full screen. So as you can see, he added the background, he added the ball. You can hear the theme music. He has a scoreboard and he has lives. So let's see. So the game starts off with 3 lives. I asked the students to create a game over function if the lives equal to 0. Let's see if the student did it successfully. Alright. So this student, I can see that the lives are not changing when it hits the bottom. So this is one way that you can give students feedback, and then they can just go back, open up their project, and make those changes. Let me show you another student. So let's see this project. Let me show you his code so you can see what it kind of looks like in here. So this is what the code looks like. A lot of this code is already there. I kind of gave them a small tour of how to understand this code, how to read it, and students made small changes to it. The part where where the lives are deducted or taken away every time it hits the bottom. It's that piece of code is right there. So this is some new code that students had to add. Let's see what this game looks like. Oh, there's also some. All right, there's some things that the student needs to improve on. I see here that his sprite doesn't bounce off the red, so when it touches the red, um, it continuously takes off points or takes out lives. So more or less, this is how I use Scratch. This is a good way to introduce students to programming. We use block coding, not actual like a computer language or programming language. So that'll be all for my introduction to my mobile app.